Hi guys, welcome back to Reading Euphoria. Today I am going to show you what books I want to read in the month of June, which will be my June TBR for this month. If you watched my video last month for my May TBR, I think that I did like 7 or 8 books in that TBR just because that's what I like to do. I like to have a lot of options of a lot of genres because I don't want to restrict myself, and then if I'm then not in the mood for that book, I then feel like I have to read it. So I don't want to get into that. But a few of the books that I did not read from last month's TBR have then made its way into this month's TBR, which I fancy reading this month. So you'll probably recognise a few of them that I did not read last month. So yep, I'll stop talking now and we'll get on with the books. First of all, I'm going to go through the books that were on my last month's TBR and have made its way onto this month's TBR. So firstly is The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. Probably better this side. So I've been watching the TV series for this. I think I've up to like episode 5 of season 2, I believe. But it's amazing and I really want to get to the book this month. For those of you who don't know anything about this book, it's kind of like dystopian. It's based in a different world. It's kind of like in this world, but like if it was different. So it's like all dystopian. It's quite weird. If any of you have actually know what this is about, it's a bit of a messed up idea, let's just say. But I do actually really want to get to this. If a lot of you have, like I think I said in my last video, if a lot of you have actually seen the TV series, then I think that you should then pick this book up. I think I probably said it before in my last month's TBR, but I feel like that with this, although people say to read the book before you watch like a film or a TV series, I actually think that it's better that you probably watch the TV series before reading the book. Obviously I haven't read the book yet, so I don't really know how much detail it goes into and how much you can actually understand, or whether it leaves you confused or whether you're fine with it. But from my perspective, I know that watching the TV series first, I actually understand the storyline and I can then go into the book actually not being confused and actually understanding what it's about and enjoy the book. So I'm really excited to pick this one up. So I will let you know at the end of the month if I get to it what I think of it. The next book that I have on this TBR is The Astonishing Colour of After by Emily X. Arpan. As I previously said in my last video, I really am desperate to get to this now. So it's been a book that's been raved about a lot in the YA fiction section, and I have seen it a lot on BookTube and on Bookstagram, and people seem to really enjoy it, and I really want to get to it. So for those of you who don't know, this book is based on the character of Lee, and her mum commits suicide, I believe, and she basically leaves her a note just saying, I want you to remember. So Lee's a bit confused, and it's all about just finding out really what happened, I believe. I know that she goes to Taiwan to meet her grandparents, and it's just about uncovering secrets of her mum, I believe, that she's never found out before, and she's got to come to terms with that. But it has been raved about a lot. Everyone says that it's brilliant, so I kind of want to see for myself this month and actually get to it. The next book on my TBR this month is Far From the Tree by Robin Benway. This is obviously, if you've watched my last video, like I've been saying, I have gone through the synopsis of this, but for those of you who haven't seen my last video, I'll just go through it a little bit. So basically it's based on the character of Grace, who gives up her baby for adoption at the age of 16, and this then makes her want to find out about her real birth mother, and in that she then discovers that she actually has 2 siblings. That's all I really know about this book. Like I've said with The Astonishing Colour of After, it has been raved a lot about in the YA section, so I'm really excited to pick this up. I've heard amazing things about Robin Benway's writing, so I really want to find out for myself now. So I'm really excited about this one, and I hope I get to it this month. Now I'm going to move on to the books that were not in my last month's TBR but are extra ones that I want to get to. So the next book that I have is Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. I am really excited about this one. You will see my excitement when I put up a little vlog that I did the other day. I went to Piccadilly Circus Waterstones and I filmed a lot, so that will hopefully be going up soon, possibly next week. I don't want to put them all together a lot when I upload them, but I got this one last week and I finished it already. When did I go? I think I went on Wednesday and I started reading it on like Friday, and today's Monday, so 4 days. But obviously I've had work in between that as well, so I'm actually quite proud of myself that I got through it this quickly. I've been wanting this book for ages. I've heard about it a lot on BookTube, on Bookstagram. Everyone's had it and everyone's had easy access to it and it's been fine, but for me, I've never seen it in a bookshop. never seen it at all. I've seen it on Amazon, and when I actually had some money I was gonna order it, but I just never got around to it. And then I saw it in the Waterstones in Piccadilly Circus, and I think when you watch the video, I have about 13 books to choose from that I want, and I already knew before I even looked at the other 12 books, sorry, that this one was going to be a definite. So for those of you who don't know about this book, it's based on the character of Eliza. She suffers from bullying a lot in school, she suffers from anxiety, and basically she has another life online. She writes this comic called Monstrous Sea, and she is completely anonymous. Sorry about that. No one actually knows that it's her from her school. And then I'm not going to give any spoilers because I've already finished it, but it's basically about that, and she meets this guy called Wallace who goes to her school, and he's a new kid, and they form a relationship, and it's really, really sweet. But it also tackles the subject of anxiety and how she copes with that, and it's really interesting to see the double life that she leads and how different she is online compared to when she's at school or with her family. And it's really, really nice to see the two characters grow, of Wallace and Eliza, and their relationship. So I would definitely pick this up if you're interested in it's quite a quick read, to be honest, but it's quite a fun read as well, and it is really sweet. There were times where I was like, oh, really, really cute, but it's a really nice read actually, so I advised you to pick this one up. So it's not really a TBR when you've already read it. Oh well. The next book in this video is Scythe by Neil Shusterman. So I've had this on my TBR for quite a while. Not like my actual TBR, but like it's been on my radar. I've had it in my bookshelf for a while, and obviously there has been a lot of hype about this one, and Thunderhead as well. So it's kind of, I've been putting it off for ages because I'm not really like the fantasy type, but I do want to get to this. I want to push myself and I want to try something different, so I think that I'll be getting to this one this month. So I don't actually really know a lot about this book in terms of the synopsis. The only thing that I kind of know is that there's these scythes and they kill people basically. I'm not really sure for what reason, and it's based on these characters of Citra and Rowan, and basically they get picked to be scythes. So I can't really tell you much more than that because I don't really know much more than that, but I kind of, with fantasy, I kind of want to go in not knowing too much, that then I'm a little bit surprised, and then maybe I'll actually enjoy them more than what I already do. So I'm really hoping that I'll pick this up this month and actually get to it, and I'll let you know what I think. And the next book on my TBR for this month is Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. I actually tried to start this book last month. It was after I read The Last Place on Earth, and because it has like, basically I read The Last Place on Earth, and obviously if you've watched my May wrap up, I did like it, but it wasn't my favourite book in the world. And then I picked this one up, and it has the same sort of concept of The Last Place on Earth, with like a friend going missing and you having to like sort out clues and like try and find them and stuff like that. So I didn't want to go into this because I know that I'm going to love Morgan Matson, and I know that she's going to be amazing. So I didn't want to go into this one, love this, compare it to The Last Place on Earth and think, right, that was actually a really rubbish book. So I think I got like 8 pages in, and then I put it down because I was like, I can't do it to myself, otherwise I'm just going to completely hate this other one. So as I've already said a little bit, this book is based on the characters of Emily, and her best friend Sloane disappears. And she leaves without a trace, a little bit like The Last Place on Earth, so that's how you can see that I didn't really want to get into it and love it more. And then I think that then she leaves clues and stuff, but basically Emily and Sloane are inseparable, so this would never happen. So it's so random, and Emily has got to try and find out what's happened to her. So it is sort of the same sort of concept as The Last Place on Earth, so you can probably see as why I didn't really want to pick it up and then compare it to that. But I do really want to get to it this month because I do love Morgan Matson's writing. Last month I read The Unexpected Everything and I absolutely loved it, and since then I've pretty much bought all of her books that are out. So I'm really hoping to get to this one because this sounds really, really exciting. So that's it for this video. So I have 6 books that I want to try and get to in the month of June. I've already read one of them, and it is only the 4th today that I'm filming this, so I'm actually quite on track with that, and I have got a holiday this month, so that will be a lot of reading time, which is actually really exciting. So I will let you know what I think of all of these reads in my June wrap up, which I'll be filming and posting at the end of the month. And I hope that this has given you a little bit of insight as to other books that are out there, and maybe you'll go and pick them up for yourself and read them this month. So that'd be really exciting. But let me know if you do, that would be great. If you could like, subscribe, comment, that would be absolutely fab. And follow my Instagram. I've got a Bookstagram account which I've been putting in the comments, the bio about the videos, but I've never actually said about it in the video. So my Instagram account is Reading Euphoria and then an underscore at the end. So if you would like to check out some photos that I post of my books and how I get on in the month reading them, then that would then be great as well. So I hope that you all have a good month, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.